Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Andromeda. This is the British Commonwealth in Free France turn 17. Our last guaranteed turn. So we'll see how it goes and how the war goes from here. It's a very close game so far. One of the closest I think I've been in. Common turn is a bit low. They have some plays. They can still do, I think. But yeah, it's a bit of a rough game for them with Germany pushing forward. So we'll see how they're able to hold out. Who knows? If the game goes on long enough, they might be able to do something. Who knows? Depends on how much attention Germany keeps putting on them, I guess. Anyway, I don't think there's any housekeeping. So we can go into the turn. We rolled tech on Dice Maiden, improved construction, and we were able to complete it. So that was very nice. And then from there, we have our buys. So Great Britain has $36 and is spending all 36, buying a militia and a militia upgrade, repairing 4 facility damage, getting 3 militia, and actually, now that I think about that, I think there was somewhere I was looking at putting a militia, but maybe I'm just imagining that. I think I was just imagining that. Where could that have been? Might have been another game, but I'm just mixing games up. Alright, anyway. So yeah, 3 militia, buying 4 infantry, when leasing a fighter, and then we are buying 2 colonial infantry as the FEC. Should be. Just making sure that there's no reason for me to be buying a bunch of militia for Calcutta. Germany actually could get an airborne to Calcutta, but nothing else. I'm going to have 2 ghost militia and a colonial there, so against a single airborne, that should be more than enough. And then Japan doesn't have any airborne or any air transports, and then this will either be blockaded or dead. Didn't need to ask him that. So anyway, alright, so yeah, that'll be the buys for the FEC. So combat moves, we have quite a few of them. Going to be attempting quite a number of things this turn as the British and French. So first off, we are going to be attacking British Malaya. So we're going to have these 2 transports come out of port from Calcutta. One of them is picking up the 2 Marines in Calcutta. The other one is picking up the Marine and the colonial infantry from Ceylon. And those are all going into P50. So that's 1-2 movement and going to be amphibiously assaulting Malaya. The first fleet is going to be moving into P50 along with these all of these units. So this heavy cruiser and destroyer are rejoining the first fleet, and the submarine is going into P50 as well. And that submarine will actually be raiding the Japanese line there in P50, so we will get a raiding designation for it. all three of our fighters and our medium bomber are all going to be attacking British Malaya as well, joining that attack. And then we are going to have all three of our battleships, our battle cruiser, and two of our heavy cruisers are going to be shore bombarding Malaya as well. This transport, I assume, wants to scramble out against this force, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it for the purposes of the video. But I will check with Vet to see if he wanted to maybe keep it there in case this assault, on the chance this assault fails, and that he would still have his transport there. So that is that. Just making sure I don't want to. Literally, the only thing of his I can block is a single destroyer. So yeah, won't be making any of that. Joining that assault on Malaya, we're going to take this FEC transport, pick up 2 infantry on it, and we're going to go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be amphibiously assaulting Malaya from I-12. So we'll have 6 ground units and 4 planes, along with our bombards against the 6 infantry and 2 militia there. Other combat moves that we're making, this transport, we are going to hope that we don't need these 2 guys from Malaya. This transport's going to come pick these up, go 1, 2, and we are going to drop them off into Tripoli and Tripolitania. Our infantry in Western Egypt is gonna, that's the militia thing that I was thinking about, but I can just move someone over. Okay, this infantry in Western Egypt is gonna try to take Cyrenaica, along with the help of 1, 2, 3, this fighter. Up here, we're going to have the medium bomber and the fighter. Actually, you know what we're going to do first, since this is combat move. Our coastal defense ship is going to come out of port. It's going to go 1, 2 and attempt to cross that narrow crossing there. So we will get a D12 and see if it manages to get through. And it does. So now we're going to for sure have our medium bomber join this. And I think I could have the fighter in Gibraltar, but I think I want it up here. So we'll have the fighter join that attack as well. I do want to change one of these infantry buys to a airborne. Alright, so that'll be that. I think that's all of the British combat moves. I think we're going to let France take Syria back. That can rail into Calcutta too, so that'll be nice. So anyway. Alright, I think that's going to be it for it. All the combat moves declared, so we can get into them. We will roll for the Pacific first, so we have our submarine raiding the Tokyo line at a +2. It's going to be all 5 damage. Very nice. Clears up the American subs to do what they want. So take them down to 40. We will attack Malaya now. So we have there's a lot of dice over here. So we have, let's see, we have 2 battleship bombards at 4. We have a damaged battleship at 3 and a battle cruiser at 3. Yep, damage is still at 3. And then we have 2 heavy cruisers at 2. So those are our bombards. 2 battleships in red at 4, damaged battleship, battle cruiser in black at 3, and 2 heavy cruisers at 2. So let's see what we can get out of this. that is very nice. That is actually 3 coastal bombards that we hit. So that's going to be the 2 militia and 1 of the infantry. So now we go into our attack on British Malaya. We have 6 infantry class units at 1. We have 3 fighters at 6, and we have our medium bomber at 7. So we'll roll that. That's going to be 2 hits. 1 from our fighter, 1 from our medium bomber. So we will take away 2 Japanese infantry, and we will have 5 at 4 rolling back at us. So we will roll those, and that is super duper lucky. No hits. So that gambit looks like may pay off, but I am jinxing myself by doing it first. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of these rolls. So we still have 6 at 1, along with our planes. So that's only going to be 1 hit. As I said, might have been jinxing myself. So now we have 3 Japanese infantry rolling back at 4. And it's going to be 2 hits. So that's going to be our 2 regular infantry gone. So now we have 4 at 1 and our planes. And that's going to be the hits that we need to liberate Malaya. And then we'll have 2 Japanese infantry firing back at us at 4. That's going to be 2 more hits. Yep, jinxed myself. So that is the Colonial and then 1 of the Marines dead. But we do liberate British Malaya. Okay. So that's that fight. We took these for free. So now we have Serenica. And we have been getting hit on these all game. But hopefully this one goes in our favor, maybe. We'll see. So in black we have our infantry at 1. In red we have our fighter at 6. And in blue is going to be the Italian infantry at 4. And yeah, okay. So that'll kill our British infantry. Does make me question what I want to do here, because I had certain ideas for what to do with France that kind of depend on this being taken by the end of France's turn. Oosh, boo, boo, Okay. I could still land the fighter here. Prevents amphibious. Oh, alright. Prevents the assault. Gives me the option. Apologies, I'm just trying to figure this out. It's going to be attacking Tobruk. We're going to have three planes, 2 ground units. And I really need all of that to be able to safely say I'm going to take Tobruk. So I kind of need this infantry to be dead. Alright, we'll go for it. See what happens. So our fighter in red, the infantry in blue. Alright, so we get our hit and the infantry misses. So, huzzah. It's going to be rough in Tobruk though. Definitely going to lose some planes. Alright, so that leaves our only combat left being an A-23, so there are no air bases connecting it, and there actually aren't any fighters in these zones, so it's just going to be a coastal defense ship attacking at 4, a fighter at 6, and a medium bomber at 7. So 4, 6, 7, and that's going to be the hit we need. That'll kill the transports too. And then the coastal defense ship fires back at a 6. And it'll miss, so our coastal defense ship will live. Alright, so that takes us into the non-combat phase. So we are going to move our light carrier 1, 2, 3 into the reds. Actually, does this matter anymore since we won't have a fighter here? Because otherwise I can just put it in port over there. So I don't think it matters. There's no way to block him attacking this anymore. Because that'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could stick the fighter there, but he'd still probably go for it. So I don't think we care to have this blocked either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. There's no reason to have that there. So I think we will instead stick it. Germany's the one with the strat rocket. We could also just dump our units into A-44. I do want it to be able to do that though. And I can always have it come back. So we're just going to stick it in port down here in Lower Egypt. Actually, think about this. Apologies that I should have thought about it beforehand, but that kind of changed up the moves a bit. 1, 2, 3. So they definitely won't be able to be another Nigeria. This one, 1, 2, 3 won't be able to either. There'll be no reason to split them across any of that. Alright, so our British fighter went 1, 2. I wonder if I can just keep it here though. Now I think about it, because I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I imagine he'll want to go after that. These transports. They're just going to be sitting here. So I'll be one of his units. At least. So that means I'd be fighting 3 fighters and attack fighter. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're actually going to leave the light carrier out, and our fighter is going to go back 1, 2 and land on it. Right, we are going to move a colonial over into Western Egypt. We're going to move our Transjordan colonial down to Lower Egypt. we're going to rail colonial infantry down to Nubia. As well as rail our British AAA up to Lower Egypt. So that's our 2 strategic moves in Africa. In the Pacific, so one of these fighters lands on the light carrier. And 2. So these fighters have 4 movement left, and this medium bomber has 5. That's right, that's why that light carrier would have been there, to pick up that fighter, but that's no longer necessary. So I think we'll just stick all this stuff back into Ceylon. Ceylon shouldn't be at risk of having anything attack it, so that should be fine, and gives us a little bit of protection for that transport there. So I think we'll just have those guys be lying back in Ceylon. We'll have our, I think that covers Africa. It covers the Med, Africa, and the Pacific. These guys become, or get crewed again, so that's nice. Do you want to decide if we're putting anything in this major dockyard? I think we might as well go ahead and stick. We'll stick our 3. We'll stick 3 heavy cruisers in port. Though I don't even think you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think they'll have Siam, so I don't think he'll be able to do that. But we'll go ahead and stick just these 3 in port anyway. They can scramble out. Even if he bombs the port, there'll be 30 units that can come out. So we'll stick those in port in British Malaya. Give us some just extra assurance, just in case something wacky happens. So that'll be that. And then up here, we're going to have the fighter land in London and the medium bomber land in London. I think we're going to move a militia down into London. We're going to move a militia down into southern England. I think that'll be that. So we can go to builds. We're building the colonials. We do have one more rail for the Asia/Middle East. Our marine in southern Iran is going to rail to southern India. Then we'll put a colonial into Calcutta and a colonial into southern India. And then we'll stick all of this, goes to the UK. So 1 infantry is going to go to northern England. I'm going to stick 2 infantry in the airborne into London. I'll clean that up. And then we're sticking the 3 militia into London as well. After that surprise attack by Germany that this jet fighter saved us from. So going to beef up London a little bit more. At least he doesn't have his naval transports to use anymore, so it's really just planes we got to worry about. So London should be safe for at least this turn, upcoming next turn, if we have it. So that'll be that. And then the facility repairs, we're going to be repairing the... Oh, this was only 1 damage. Ah. Okay, that might change one of my buys then, because I thought that was 2 damage, but it was only 1. So that gives me an extra $1 to spend. So I might, instead of buying an infantry from Northern England, buy a AAA for Northern England. think that'll be that. Alright, and then we will do the militia and militia upgrade. Malta could be airborne assaulted and strategic bombed, but his fighters and tanks can't reach it. Well, unless France doesn't take these, they could. So we will go ahead and do that for Malta, and then we will deliver that fighter to Free France in northern Algeria. That raises more questions now. Maybe whether I want those fighters to participate. Alright, anyway. That'll be the end of the GB turn, pretty sure. So we will collect $31 plus 5, 3 for Suez, 2 for no subs that raided us. So we'll have 36 again. FEC saved $1 and they will collect 10, 8 and then 2 for Suez and Aden. So they'll be at 11. And we will move over to the Free France turn. So Free France has $4. So I'm going to be assaulting Syria with that. You can't airborne assault this. So I think we'll just buy a unit for Iraq, and we'll just go ahead and buy a Foreign Legion. So for France, we'll buy a Foreign Legion and spend all 4 of their dollars. For France combat moves, like I said, we are going to walk into Syria with that infantry and liberate that. We're going to take our transport, pick up our marine and our infantry, go over into M4. Our marine is going to take Saranaka, and our infantry is going to attack Tobruk along with this medium bomber, this fighter, this fighter. So we're looking at 2 first strikes that if they hit, 4. So that's only 14 pips. So we're looking at losing 1 plane. And we should be able to take it, but if we get super unlucky, that screws everything over. So we'll be able to assault Malta. Which means pretty well need to guarantee that we take Tobruk. I just can't land back there, so that means these guys are kind of just dead. Let's see, what's the victory points going to be? So I took Malta. So we're at 9, they're at 7. He can reduce us to 8 though, and then if he takes Malta, that takes us down. So yeah, I need to guarantee that Malta can't be attacked. So I am going to go ahead and bring this extra fighter here. And that fighter protects Gibraltar anyway, so we'll have different moves that we can do next turn if he does kill us. Alright, so that's going to be that attack, and then we don't have any units over here to do anything. We are going to, hopefully we can raid the money from Italy, prevent them from releasing any planes to Germany. That would be super nice. I guess they could release an air transport though. Oh, this is a thing of housekeeping. So in this attack, if you watched the video, he did take London on his video, but he had assumed the jet fighter would scramble, and we didn't want the jet fighter to scramble, and then the jet fighter saved us. So as part of that, the jet fighter did get a hit on round 1, and he decided to take it on his air transport and airborne. So that didn't get corrected on the save file that he sent to Adderwolf. So that air transport is dead. So we caught that real fast. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll get back to Free France, and we have really just these 2 attacks to roll for. So we'll do the rating first. We'll be in blue at a +2. So don't take any damage off, so he will have the full 10. And then we'll do Tobruk. So 2 first strike rolls at a 5 to start us off from the fort. They both miss. Very nice, very nice. So now we have 3 fighters in blue at 6. And there's our hit in the Italian infantry at a 4. Or militia at a 4. And it misses. So perfect. So Free France will take over the last of Italian North Africa, which is great. So Free France and Free France. Oh, and then we need to put a Free France thing here so the script doesn't think it's regular France. Okay, alright. So it does give us some... so all 3 fighters have 2 movement left. The medium bomber has 3 movement left. So where do I want all this stuff to go? That is the question. Because we can't land in Cyrenaica, so there is no blocking the Strat Bomber from getting down here. One, two, three, four. So he could airborne assault any of these territories, but he couldn't bring his planes, other planes. So he'd have a Strat Bomber. Yeah, so he would have 8 pips round 1. But we have stuff to pretty well be in position to retake if necessary, I think. Those are going to be dead, but we could release another one. Let's see, he takes that out with that stuff. Should have built a railroad there. Or I couldn't because it's British turn. Duh. We just took that over. Alright. I think the Germans can't do anything. Yeah, Germans can't, because they can't fly over southern France. So the only thing the Germans could do is their Strat Bombers. Although he could release the fighter here. But it still doesn't have anywhere to land. So Strat Bombers can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Strat Bombers can't even do anything. Yeah. because there's no air base there. So that's nice. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So really it's just the Italians. Could put 3 fighters there and a medium bomber back to Lower Egypt. Just make sure that he can't. 4. Yeah, he can't do anything there, so if he wants to bring his... So we'll put a fighter in Tripoli, we'll put a fighter in Tripolitania, we'll put a fighter in Western Egypt, or medium bomber, we'll go back to Lower Egypt. And just make sure that Lower Egypt isn't attackable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't attack with his planes. Just a strap bomber and he's airborne, so you have to get very lucky to beat that with those. You could take Transjordan, which would open up for Germany, but Germany doesn't have airborne that can reach. Yeah. I guess he could. No, he can't release a strap bomber. He only has $10. And these planes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that use all their movement to get there. So yeah, Lower Egypt should be safe this turn. Alright, so that'll be fine. We'll just do that. Do you need to think about that? I can put one in Tunisia, actually. We can't. So yeah, the this fighter will go to Tunisia instead, going 4-5. Instead of going to Tripolitania. Or if he knocks out Tripolitania, British have an option, Tripoli or Cyrenaica. Actually, I'm not going to have air power as the British. If I land those guys on Ceylon. Mini bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do one Italian Somaliland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack Tripolitania. We are going to have one of our fighters that attacked British Malaya go 1, 2, 3. I guess I can't say that though. So then, I don't know if France movements affected that. Well, yeah, because I wouldn't have brought the fighter. I would have had that there to protect that. Oh well, it's fine. We'll move this fighter to the Italian Somaliland if allowed. If not, it'll just be back into Ceylon. Alright, so that's going to be the turn. We will put our Foreign Legion into Southern Iraq, and we will collect our $6. And then we will pass it back over to Elite Golden for Italy turn 17. Allies have recaptured the lead in victory points. Should hold that lead at the end of turn 17. We will see how it goes after that. Alright, so that'll be that, and I will pass it back over to Elite Golden for Italian turn 17.